I got a little transmission work to do on the tractor. Before I do that, I figured it's time for a little story time, and the snow is finally melting, leaving the backyard pretty soppy. So if we go in here, you can see I've got an old ass top half of a drill press. There's the motor, there's the drill part, there's the chuck, and my toolbox is on its side. This thing's gonna be a disaster when I open it. Must have had it on top of something that fell over. Gonna sit this here for now. Just popping wheelies on that thing with my friend all day, and the thing came to a stop, locked up, and never moved again. And the reason why, I haven't inspected, but I know why. I took parts from a 3-speed and a 5-speed. They were 30 years apart in age, and I tried combining them. It looks like this was rust-proofed by all the oil and grease. Yeah, and I had to play around with spacers and stuff to get the thing not to bind. Something must have shifted a little and it binded. I think I'm going to try making it all 5-speed parts. If that fails, I'll go back to all 3-speed parts. But yeah, story time. So, I got that drill press, a wood lathe, something else, and this guy for free last weekend. It's a hydrostatic. The rear end's locked up. I wanted it for the motor, so I didn't care what kind of condition it was in. Steering's pretty bad off. As you can see there, it's pretty bent. Doesn't like to steer much. Took the blade deck off to get it on the truck. Pretty small blade deck. This thing's cute. I know I'm delaying from the story, but giving you a little bit of background. Oh fuck. Hard to lift at one hand. Cute little blade deck. It's crazy. Especially considering the motor this thing has. 18 horsepower. So we're gonna go take this thing off the truck, and you know, like I'm like, fuck it, you know, this thing, it doesn't steer right, and the rear end's locked up, and it's a hydrostatic anyways. Let's just push the thing off the truck. And then Kyle's like, oh, can I do it? He goes to push the thing, his truck bed's covered in oil. He pushes it too hard, and this thing ends up upside down because this truck's lifted. You have to flip it back over. I'm like, all right, let's see if we can get this thing to crank over. I go back here, go to hook up the battery, or not. I try jumping it off that guy, and the headlights are on, and I can't get them to turn off. And I turn the key and nothing happens, and I'm like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, we got this going on here. So I keep, I'm gonna jump this thing off Kyle's truck, and you can see a little sparklage there. And I put some gas in the gas tank, and I give it a little bit of a jolt, and well, using the ground starter and the positive starter, I removed the kill wire. Kill wire is still removed. Starts to crank over, and didn't really have enough juice, so I tried pushing a little harder and doing it again, and the fucking thing caught on fire. The fuel line was leaking, and there's still snow in here. I wonder if I can see where the fuel line was leaking. I'm actually surprised nothing got all that damaged. Got some a little bit crispy looking wires in here, only a little. I think because of being so wet and soppy out. But yeah, the thing caught on fire. I go flying inside down to the basement to grab the fire extinguisher, which was inspected not too long ago and refilled or whatever. And the damn, oh hey, there we go. Now I can see some burn damage. And the thing wouldn't spray. I'm like, what? I look at it, the gauge says it's empty, but this thing's heavy as hell, so I know it's full. I end up throwing the thing on the ground. Kyle gets a shovel and starts just shoveling snow on this thing. Meanwhile, I'm trying to take a zip tie off the gas tank, and I'm trying to get the gas tank out before the thing melts and woof, from the gas in it, because I put half a gallon of gas in here. The cap at one point slides off and the hole in the can catches on fire. I'm like, oh fuck, I hurry up and put the cap back on. Fire goes out, and it took me almost a full minute to get the gas can out, and the fire was right inside of it. You can see where it's dark from it. It didn't melt it too much, and by the time I got the gas can out, all the gas had actually drained out. We had this huge flaming puddle going under it here, and Kyle had his truck parked right here, and oh, you can see a boot print down there. He had his truck parked right here, and his tire was about to catch on fire. I'm like, Kyle, get the fuck in your truck and go! Before his damn tire got melted from the gas fire. Yeah, so that was a pretty fun story. This thing sounded a little scratchy when it cranked over, a little concerning, and it didn't seem like it had enough compression. Oh, maybe turning. Feels like it has pretty good compression with one hand. Maybe I'm just too strong, or the starter works too well. Okay, actually that compression feels pretty good. Who knows, maybe that scratchiness is just a starter or something. Okay, we can see a little bit of charge here. Honestly, this was a minimally damaging fire. This is a good steering system other than that shitty rod. Oh well, I'm considering putting that motor on the little guy over there. Don't get me wrong, that sounds good, but these twins sound amazing and they've got good power too. So yeah, this is your kill wire. And these keys and shit are universal, and I'm putting this back in the Craftsman. What the hell? Oh, the alternator! Something melted on the alternator. Oh shit. Oh shit. So my battery hasn't been charging. Huh. Fuck, that's hot. That sucks. Let's go take the connect off of this blown guy here. Oh, it's got a diode in it for rectification. Yeah, that's a... Huh. Yeah, we're gonna take this guy's. Jesus! I didn't know you could be that loud. You make the rooster sound like a joke. Do you want to get shot? Because the rooster's gonna get shot. Yeah, you're getting shot. Unless somebody else gets you before I do. Give it a week and I'm shooting you. Here's our culprit, a burnt in half diode that made everything go bad. Yeah, so let's do this. Got the blowtorch, got my last remaining solder, that's all of it, because I lost my spool a long time ago. You know what probably happened is I probably pulled too much current through this with the ungoverned motor, and bam, diode overload. I'm lucky I didn't overload the coil. Well, let's see if the diode off of a larger horsepower motor that probably had a bigger alternator, I guess would be the word for it. Just seems just a little coil. I don't know if I'd call it an alternator, but I guess it is an alternator. When it sounds like that, you just kind of want to stick with the motor at that point. Maybe I'll put camshafts and shit in here, valves and shit, and put her back on at some point. No excess heat.